Today really was kind of a wrap-up of what's been a productive training camp process for us. Did similar things today as we've done all week, focusing on a mock week, if you will. So today was situational ball, areas of situational ball, red zone, short yardage, goal line, possession downs. The rotational process of infusing special teams into the work was continued as well, making sure that we got 11 on the field and got an understanding of the depth in some of those circumstances and situations. It's been a good process from my perspective, but you measure processes based on performance, so I'll reserve judgment on this. I don't know if I'm comfortable. It's kind of a new calendar, but I find comfort in the fact that it's new for all of us globally in the game of football, so it's something that we all have to deal with, the not knowing, the lack of in-stadium opportunities to get a sense of your group versus others, et cetera. That's just part of ball for us in 2020, and I embrace that. I like the growth that I've seen from the guys individually and collectively, but it's far from over. It needs to continue into next week and beyond as we get started with this journey. Happy to address any questions you might have. Mark Caboli, you're up first. Go ahead.
Mike, your roster construction this year, is it going to be a little different because of the new rules of the 16 practice, the 4 protected, the 2 you can call up, and also the lack of, I guess, outside film that people have on some of your guys? Is it a lot different this year in your mind?
It is different for all of those reasons that you mentioned. And there are things to consider regarding those things and discussions to be had. And but we've been in that process and in that mindset and in that acknowledgement for some time now. Joe Rudder. Joe, go ahead.
To that end, Mike, do you feel like you've done what you've wanted to do, and as far as evaluating the guys that are competing for roster spots?
I feel like I have enough information to make decisions, and that's a good thing because it's time to make decisions. And so we'll push forward. I thought that we made good use of the time and good use of the structure of the time that was provided in terms of the work allotted. Aditi, you're up next. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach Tomlin, when you end training camp, which was obviously so different than any previous training camp, now you look to the regular season. In what ways will regular season preparation be different?
I don't know the answer to that. I know that I'm prepared to give this group whatever it needs to perform week in and week out and to get better as we proceed. And so, we have a plan in terms of what our approach to business, but we better be light on our feet and we better be willing to adjust as necessary adjustments are revealed to us. Chris Adamski, go ahead.
Hey, Mike, I feel like it's been a long time since you've been able to enter a season with returning guys, veteran guys at the position of cornerback, the 2 outside guys you have there, and Joe and Steve. What does that feel like to be able to check that box and know you got that taken care of with veterans that know what they're doing and have a proven track record?
They're a quality veteran tandem, and not only that, resting on their resumes, they've had good training camp processes. Both guys came in great condition. Both guys have performed at a consistent high level through this process, and that's where I find my comfort, not necessarily in what's been done in the past or their presence, but the things that they've done since we've begun this process. Aditi, did you have a follow-up?
I'm good, Bert. I'm sorry.
Okay. Next up, Jenna Harner. Jenna, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, you kind of just talk about, the ability to adjust and adapt kind of continually on a daily basis. How have you seen that from your guys? Have you kind of seen that reflected in them throughout this whole process here?
I think players adjust better than coaches, to be quite honest with you. I think they're more open to change and routine. It doesn't ruin their day. I think that's more of a challenge for us as coaches, to be quite honest with you, than it is for players. Players are more loose and willing to roll with the punches, my experience has shown me. Dale Lawley. Dale, go ahead.
Mike, I know you said earlier in camp that you may wait to name a starter at right tackle. you're gonna have to come up with a depth chart on Monday. Any clues on who that right tackle might be?
Yeah, you may see OR listed on that depth chart on Monday, meaning OR.
Ray Fittipaldo. Ray, go ahead.
Mike, how is David DeCastro's health heading into game week, and do you anticipate him being available for the opener against the Giants?
You know, he wasn't good enough to go today. Hopefully he'll be good enough to go the first of next week. We do have a bonus day on Monday. I don't know if I want to expose him to that. Hopefully we'll see what it looks like as we get into the normal rhythm of our preparation week.
Aditi, back to you. Go ahead.
Coach Tomlin, when you look at the numbers thus far of positive COVID tests, the league has really done a tremendous job. Do you feel that that's a good start, that you can count on your players as you go into the season, or is there any anxiety about sending them off and life outside of training camp being different?
Well, I can't speak for the numbers regarding the NFL. I'm just not privy to that. I've just really focused on our group, and it appears that we have that under control. But testing is a part of our daily life now. Even as we leave this training camp process, we'll be in continual daily testing and remain on guard and respectful of the protocols that allow us to say that we have good reports. So that's my mentality. I'm concerned and have a certain element of control regarding this group, and I'm not worried about things outside of this group.
Alan Saunders, go ahead.
Mike, going back to right tackle, when you do name a starter there, do you feel there's some level of I guess, of a chance that guy needs, whether it's a series, a game or two, or could you see something you don't like in the first couple series against the Giants and make a change?
You know, I think it's been a challenging decision for us because both guys are capable. Both guys have been consistently above the line in their performance, and so those are good problems to have. I don't know that I necessarily view it as a negative thing where whoever gets named starter could have a short leash, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think we've seen two guys that are capable NFL starters at that position battling it out, and, you know, that's why we're not in a hurry to make a decision from my perspective.
Final question, Brooke Breyer. Brooke, go ahead.
More on the right tackle. With Zach Banner specifically, in what ways have you kind of seen him mature through this training camp? It seems like he's really made an effort to shut out social media, shut off all the off-field stuff, and really focus on his craft this camp.
You know, I just think that's what professionals do. You know, I know that's what I encouraged him to do, and he was in agreement with that. So I don't know if that's a maturation process. That's just getting singularly focused on appropriate professional business, and he's displayed that.